today's chat because we've been kind of going on this theme lately of the kindness piece and the knowing that we are life changers and what we do affects others and we have to take stock in that. And today that kind of continues on with what we're talking about. It's the whole hashtag We Are Life Changers. The reason we wanted to start all this up was simply because everybody should know that they have a gift in this world and everybody should be sharing that gift in a way to change somebody's life in a positive way. So we had this beautiful journal from one of our participants the other day that reminded us of how much our horses, well, and us, because we do the program, actually change people's lives. And so we wanted to share that with you as well. But before we even get into all of that good stuff, we will go into our regular good stuff. So the hashtag, holy jumpin' tuna fish. If you guys hear something that kind of maybe sparks something within you or reminds you of your gift in some way, throw in that hashtag, holy jumpin' tuna fish, because we'd love to hear about it. And of course, we always want to know who you are and where you're from as well, because it excites us. We like to know who we're talking to. So that's always good stuff too. And then, of course, share this out. We want more people to start realizing their gifts, and sharing is, in fact, caring. It's caring, everybody. So we want to make sure you guys share this out for us as well, so more people can start realizing the domino effect that they may have on others as well. And then, of course, this hashtag, as I was just talking about, is We Are Life Changers. Always remember that, every single one, whether you're working with horses or you're a plumber, it does not matter what you do for a job, you still have the opportunity to help change and impact somebody's life in a positive way every single day we live and breathe.
Exactamundos.
Okay, and then, of course, if you're catching this on replay later, replay later, throw in that hashtag replay so we can come back and say hello to you as well. All right, I think that's it for the regular rigmarole.
We did that nice and quick.
Yeah, I
think it was because I didn't do any talking.
No, you didn't. And I even looked at you at one point.
Yeah.
You get nothing. You hold this all by yourself.
Let her roll.
Good morning, Life Changers. Good morning, Mike.
Life Changer you.
Life Changer
you.
So who are we? My name is Carolyn Charles. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing, as well as an instructor and facilitator for the Equine Connection, the Academy of Equine Assisted Learning, Inc.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Fulmick, and I am the founder of the Equine Connection, a master instructor helping humans globally around the world do what it is what we do. And it's so life-changing, because how many people get to live a dream? Many people dream of having a dream job, but do a lot of people actually take the opportunity to live in that beautiful gift that you do have? But it's with horses. And we love it because it's a career that we help humans to do. They take the career. It's kind of like having the franchise. Everything is done and created and made for you. It's just now putting all those puzzle pieces together and understanding how it makes it roll for you in your business.
And no franchise fees.
No franchise fees. And it really is outstanding, just for the fact that the number one thing that we do with our certification and our career changing course is it's the welfare of the horse first. They are paramount. They are the foundation to everything that it is that we do. We do not use horses.
No.
It's actually against the law here at the Equine Connection and anyone who's affiliated with us. We partner with horses. They are critical to the learning and what humans actually experience on their own. We don't tell a human what it is that they think or what they feel or what the horse is saying. We help our humans to understand what it is a horse needs to feel. And that's why the welfare is so important. Number one thing a horse needs to feel is safe. Boom. The parallel right there is ginormous, because we as humans 100% have to feel safe. If we do not feel safe, there is no way on earth that we can learn in that process. So this is why it's so crucial in understanding that we work with horses where literally the horse teaches the human. We are there as facilitators to help through that journey, through that change, through helping the human to be empowered to come up with their own answers, solve their own problems, because why? They're working with the teacher, the horse, who needs at all times to feel safe. When that horse don't feel safe, boom, things start happening.
Yes.
Allowing that human to become their greatness, because they are.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, even I love what we're talking about today. The majority of humans are beautiful. There is nothing more heartwarming when you see humans around the globe who want to connect together, who want to touch, who want to smile, who want to giggle, who want to communicate, whether you agree or you don't agree, that's
Connect.
not, it's the connection. And
Yeah.
I think it's coming to a really scary place that a human is not even being allowed to actually express anything that they feel without being
Yeah.
people are pouncing all over people. And it's like, but here's communication, our connector. Carolyn can have a completely different opinion than I do. Doesn't mean I'm going to change Carolyn's mind, because in all reality, I love having differences of opinion. I think that's the greatness to the gift that we all have, because I want to understand from your point of view, why do you believe that way? So for example, I'd even say, like, I believe in God and Jesus. I love when people say, why though? And then when they say, I'm an atheist now, you see, this is exciting to me, because I'm like, okay, so tell me why you're an atheist. And you
It's not about changing a mind.
It's not changing people's minds. It's about being connected to that conversation that kind of sparks our brain or sparks our whole idea. Nobody has to be mean in communication. And I think there's the difference right there.
I was just going to say that. That's so funny. Is because there's a difference between, like, yes, people can be offended by things.
Oh, for sure.
If I'm an asshole to you, that's offensive, right? Like that's true. But when we are kind in our communication and open to other people's ideas and other people's way of living and other people's ways of doing things, that's how we have things in this beautiful world, is because somebody thought different.
Yes.
Right? Like even Steve Jobs, why we have all of our iPhones is because somebody thought different, right? And whether you like Steve Jobs or not, I bet you got a phone. So, right? So there's still lots of ways that we can come together without having to agree, without even having to like the person. You can still come together and challenge the way we think and change somebody's lives ultimately from being able to have those exchanges. And it's such a beautiful thing when you can witness even the exchange between a person and a horse, because they might not like what the horse has to say always, because a lot of times they already have an inkling that those changes maybe need to occur within themselves. They may not like that piece, but they accept the information because it's coming from a horse. We can accept information coming from other people too. It doesn't have to be on a judgment base or anything else. Yeah.
That's my new little found thing, because no matter what, it breaks my heart. It actually tears it apart when I see humans across a computer screen outrageously saying horrid things to a beautiful human. That's right. Who's just said an opinion. It doesn't mean the human is trying to say, you can't believe that way. What's everyone so angry about?
Yeah.
Right.
And I think a general rule of thumb is if you couldn't look somebody in the eye and say those things to them, then you shouldn't be typing it either. Right?
It's true. I actually saw
hiding behind a screen.
True. I saw a post today actually on Facebook, and I should have stopped longer on it, because it's a fellow who I'm assuming, just from what I was reading, is in social media. So he helps humans to obviously market what it is that they do. But he was saying, you know, there's a huge thing going on with this computer screen right now, that people are taking it too far, because they would just, like you said,
never look in the eye.
If you were face to face, would you say such horrid words to another human, or would you want to ask them more questions? And I got to ask you, why the heck are you saying that? Or why do you believe so strongly that this is the way it should be? Or I don't know. I thought you had a really valid point. I should have listened more, but it is what it is.
But the part you heard, it sounded great.
But it really was, because, you know, I think this is the best part with all of us life changers. Your life changer, your family's life changer, your animals are life changers. We are life changers. What is the beautiful gift that each of us living beings actually donate to our world, cause? What is that piece? Because it's so precious to know, like, well, here we got Mike and Heidi on. Yeah. Now, I love them both individually for who it is that they are. And I do have to say, being in equine assisted learning, it has helped so much in understanding humans. Not to say you two are wackos, because you're not. But
well, the good kind, if you are.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're completely night and day different. You both have your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own opinions to situations. And I love that we can actually talk it out because it's exciting to hear why you feel that way, or why you think that way. And there's nothing more exciting than talking to an analyzer too. I love talking with analyzers because they're always about making sure that's right. The whys behind everything. And I find that so interesting because lots of times I don't always want to know the whys. I just want to hop in because I was like, oh my gosh, you got to tell me why, right? Immediately, but I don't want the long the long version, but I like it because Carolyn is a huge analyzer. So she gives me her stuff as to the reason why it's yucky caca-poo-poo or why it is absolutely fabulous.
And usually my statement starts with, okay, now hold on a sec though. and then I have to go from there with my other questions too. But this is why it's so beautiful. And especially in business or something like this, we need both sides. You need both sides of opinions. You need both sides of thought and of questioning. You need those pieces in life because otherwise we're all just blindly bumping around without having any background information to anything. You need those different people, different personalities, different everything. This totally was not the track we were going on, but I'm really liking it actually.
But it still is kind of going with the gift within each person. And here's the other thing. You don't have to be friends with everybody. I know sometimes people think that, oh no, I've rocked the boat or I've made someone feel bad. Well, you can't make someone feel bad about your idea or your opinion or the way that you feel. It's like the same. I know in 2011 when I lost so much in the first 8 weeks, June 1st, and then 8 weeks on, I lost my mom. I lost 4 horses. I tell you, my heart, it was going through hell and back. I still loved life. Don't get me wrong. But one thing I could not handle is a human telling me the way I should be feeling right now.
And or then, that they knew how you felt.
No, I know, like when someone says that they know how I feel, unless you've gone through what I've gone through. And I actually found myself only connecting with other humans who lost their mom. It was really bizarre where my brain was at the time, but I don't like when people tell me how it is that I need to feel because all I can do is, oh my gosh, I don't know what that would be like to feel in your position, but I'm here for you. I like those kinds of words better, right?
Yeah.
Because, but it doesn't mean it's bad or it's good.
But here comes that analytical piece again. That's factual, right? Like the factual pieces you can't understand.
No.
Like we've both been through divorces, yours and mine, very different situations, right? Different. So you can understand part of maybe how I felt, and I can understand part maybe, but you can't walk in somebody else's shoes. You can never know exactly how somebody's feeling. So it's like putting your emotions on a horse. They aren't capable of doing those same things. When we put our emotions on other people as to how they're supposed to feel, or I know just how you feel, that's exactly what happened to me. I promise it's not.
No.
It's not.
No.
So we can't do those things, but we can allow people to express how they feel. We can be there for people. We can share our gifts with all of those things as well in helping on the empathy side of things. And empathy can be beautiful, not pity, empathy. But it's not about feeling exactly how somebody feels. It's about allowing them to feel how they need to feel in that moment too. That
Absolutely.
Was totally a side note. Heidi, I love this comment. I'm so excited to get things going. I'm going to be doing programs at a summer camp this summer. Yay! To all the people who might be watching, sign up for the course. You won't regret it. Darn tootin' gluten. The support you get is mind-blowing. Oh, and good morning to you, Brittany, as well. Lovely people.
It's so funny because being an entrepreneur, as I'm sure most of you are aware, when you're an entrepreneur, your brain is like on fire all the time with ideas. There's something about being an entrepreneur that you don't just quit. Like, even if you're very successful in what it is you're already doing, there's always something else you're creating in your brain. It's just the way it rolls. I find it really exciting sometimes and sometimes not. Because it's like, brain, just shh. Exactly. Thinky, no more. I don't want that. But I have to tell you, I read this to Carolyn this morning too. I absolutely love this because here's the thing. For any of you globally around the world and you're looking to take a course for you as a woman, you're wanting to learn from these precious, magnificent creatures who are going to teach you only truth, or maybe you have kids, you've been feeling something's not right with our kids. Because what's the one thing we all have in common with our kids? We all worry about our kids always,
Mhm.
because that's who it is that we are. We give them birth, and then we worry about them for the rest of
Until
their
we
life
die.
until we die,
That's
right? So knowing that something exists out there for your child, even though it might just be an inkling that you're thinking something is not right with my child, get them into one of these programs, because it will absolutely change their life. And it's not because of who we are as the humans, it's
No.
because of who the horse is as a teacher. So,
Well, we'll take a little credit. We're pretty good at what we
well,
do.
no, and we got to know what it
Yeah.
is that we're doing. Absolutely, Charles.
Little
I call her Charles at times.
If
But
you have
I
the
do
notes.
love this. So I just wrote it. So, of course, I'm going to have to read verbatim because it's not etched
There
in
you
my entire being, right? So anyone who wants to take this program with any of our facilitators globally around the world, this is from our horses globally. Our horses guarantee, when I teach you, I will never judge you. I will never lie to you. I am a teller of truth, as that is only what I can do because of my brain. I will bring love and healing to your heart. I will offer you a way to smile, to giggle, and to have fun. This learning, I promise to you, doesn't just stay in the arena. This learning actually will transfer into your own life, so you can use that learning. This is how powerful these programs are, no matter who it is that you are. If you're wanting to start your own business, that's totally cool. This is where we help you. But if you're wanting to help your child, your mom, your brother, your sister, and you know there's a different way of learning out there, definitely connect with us. We've got facilitators globally out there running these programs, helping humans to get to a different place in their life, because sometimes we lose our happiness, we lose our for living. And that's your beautiful gift that's being all smushy down there. And we need those gifts of humans to come back alive again, because your gift is helping somebody else. You might not even know it. It's kind of like, for those of you who have ever watched What a Wonderful Life, that is my ultimate favorite show on earth. Why? There's no cursing. There's no swearing. It's pretty simple storyline. I like simplicity. But the whole point to What a Wonderful Life is this one human who was drowned with the pressures of life, because life is freaking hard. Then something horrible happens to him, the worst thing that he can possibly imagine. And what does he want to do? He maybe wants to end his life. Through that storyline, what it ends up being is he's given a chance to see what life would be like if he was never born to this earth. And wow, he not only affected one human, he affected hundreds of humans. And if he wouldn't have been born to this earth, none of those humans would have been able to get the gift that he actually gave, not even knowing he had a gift. That's why I love it. That's why I love what it is. Yeah, right?
Yeah. Carrie and Marianne, good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
So we should probably read this.
Share this one.
Yeah, because this was what inspired
This is from the horses.
talk. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is from one of our addictions intake groups, and this was after the first program that he came.
And just, I want to give you a little summary of this. So every time we run an equine assisted learning program, we have a form of delivery. So sometimes our form of delivery, depending which organization we're working with, is 1 hour and 15 minutes, or it's 1 hour and a half. This is 1 hour and a half program. They come once a week to learn a new skill. So the first skill in learning is actually, the objective is called knowledge.
Yes.
And we're in the arena for maybe 20 minutes with the horses.
Yeah. So he says, today I was reminded that this life is precious and I want to live. There has been a long period of time that I didn't. Also, I felt privileged to be here and connect with Disco. I get to do things. I must remember that it is a gift to be alive. He also said that he would continue to practice healthy connections and to be grateful for all of the moments, both good and bad, and then wrote a giant thank you on the bottom. So that one, I mean, it's not a lot of words.
No, but it's huge.
But it's huge.
It's huge.
And when we read things like that, again, after the first program with the horses, and people have the kind of recognition that they know life is precious again somehow by working with the horses. And again, that's not us. I mean, we facilitate the program, we get them here, obviously, but that's from working with the horses where they realize that there is a gift in this life. And that one to us just stood out so much because life is a gift. And what our job is to share our gifts with everybody else to try to bring them those pieces as well. But that just,
But when you don't,
cockles of our heart grow.
And when you don't feel it, you don't feel your gift anymore. That's one of the hardest things we as humans have to go through, because what do you have if you're not feeling you're you anymore, or what you're gifted in? And I know it's just sometimes lost because you do have a gift. You know, I was thinking what a beautiful thing to do in this world that we have as well. I think mail is really a fun thing. I've always thought mail is fun, but I know we've gotten away from mail outs. Snail mail is what I'm saying. Yeah, I was thinking I better
My
explain.
brand is like male, female.
Oh, sorry.
That's where I went.
So mail outs, mailing.
Like a letter.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I'm with
exactly.
you now.
And we got away from it as a society for a long time because of social media. Well,
environmental stuff. Environmental reasons, yeah.
Well, yeah. You know what? If we got into the environmental piece, see, here is now my opinion. We get into this computerized world so that it could save then environment, trees, whatever it is that we're saving. But yet, when you do it over the internet or the computer, or you go to the bank or you go to the lawyer, you have this money, stacks of paper that you still have to fill out. So my brain says, so what was the point in converting over? Now, see, this is my opinion. It doesn't matter if you agree with my opinion or not, but we don't have to lose each other over this opinion that I feel.
And it's like books, though. Like there's something for me to read a book on one of the Kindles or something. I actually lose my place all the time. Like I don't focus on it the same way. But to have a book, like an old library book, the smell of an old we digress again.
Even magazines, right? Yeah. I love the smell. Every finger, you're just like, oh, you get that waft or woof or waft. I knew. And nothing was making sense to me. Holy Toledo's.
Anyway, we digress again.
Yeah. Okay. So here's a cool thing to do again, if any of you are up to it, is write a letter or write a note. You know, even if you did a note, like something like even this size, maybe cut it in half, where you put something so beautiful, handwritten. Here's the thing. People don't handwrite stuff anymore. And I do have to tell you, when I get a thank you from Etsy, I love Etsy. The customer service blows my brain, and it's supporting local or community or Canadian products, just like there would be in the US. But they give me a handwritten note to thank me in a fun format for my business. And then they give a little doomahickey
stamp.
Well, it's not a stamp, or a little hummingbird, or a little horse, or a little ribbon, or even just a little bit of rope tied to the note.
To fancy it up a little.
I'm like, oh, this is gold. Can you imagine if you just made a whole bunch of random beautiful thoughts, and just as you're going out and about today, doesn't matter who, you just pull one out of your purse, don't even look at what the saying is, hand it to that human and say, have a great day.
Yeah.
Do you know what you can do to change their life? You have no idea who lives in darkness. And we don't. We don't. It's so sad. We need to help the humans with our gifts.
I found something else. So every day I put a note to my daughter's lunch. So I have these little lunch notes. They're just about that big. It's nothing long. It's just a quick little love you, try your best today kind of thing. Like just something nice.
Try. I could get onto that now too.
Oh, take it down. So when she gets these, I didn't realize that this was a big thing to her until one day I didn't write one. I missed it because I'm human. And she was like, where was my note today? Thank you very much. And she said, nobody got to hear it. I said, what do you mean nobody got to hear it? She read my notes out to her little group that she sat and ate lunch with every single day. So it was like all of them were getting a little mom note instead of just she was getting a little mom note. I had no idea, but she's like, no, they all love it. And especially when you write your jokes in or whatever else, because I'll put in some lame joke funny. Or something.
That's her gift.
But,
she's funny.
Thank you. But I had no idea that actually made an impact even on other people. It wasn't just on Cass that the impact kind of comes in. So you never know where these little things go to. When we were, do you remember, where was it? Florida? that we went and sat at this little table outside, and there was all those cards on the table that were all positive thoughts.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
And it was just like the coolest thing to find. And we went through like all of them. There was hundreds.
Yeah, and they did it kind of like on the credit card style.
Yeah, like they were quality
whatever they're
items.
called. I don't know.
Plastic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Plastic. But they were just giving them away. Like, you just help yourself. I'm like, wow.
And not even a person there doing it. Just left it there for people to find.
To help themselves.
It was gorgeous. But sometimes a little word from a stranger is a nice thing to get to.
I don't know. It's just so precious for that piece of who it is that you are. You know, I still remember this older lady, and I remember when I was young, I would always think the older people, their hands were made out of bags. Because you know how the skin gets so loose. I did.
Like paper bags?
Well, more the plasticky kind of bag, because it's all loose skin, hey? And I remember touching actually, this was my great grandma's hand, and touching her. And of course, I did ask her if it was made of bags, because that's what kids do wholesomely, right? But I remember how she took that hand when she explained to me, and her beautiful little old hand, which was so soft, and she touched my face. And I just remember, well, still to this day, like that was beyond years ago, the touch and the feel of the remembrance of what grandma did for me in that moment. Because it wasn't about the bag. It wasn't about anything relevant in the world, except for when she touched this. And her little, you know how older people, all of their
little bent,
they're all, but it was the touch of a human being, that gift that she gave.
You know, I actually know exactly like that feel of an older person's hand. They're warm generally, and their fingertips, it's like they're plumped or something. They don't have like calluses and stuff like we do. And it is like there's something with that touch that it feels like love or something like that. Cassidy asked somebody why she put glue on her hands, because they were all wrinkly. So she thought she had put like white glue on there to peel off later. And she asked the lady at Walmart if she was working there that too. So it's not just you with the hands.
That's so funny. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I remember, well, one more thing. I don't know if this will make you smile or not. I'm not the funny one in this team.
I think she's hilarious.
I can let you know that. But when I tell the joke, I think it's funny. But nobody else thinks it's funny. They only laugh at me. They do not laugh with me. But my same grandma, and she's like super old, and she's got a cane, and we were in Foam Lake, Saskatchewan, teeny weeny little town, and she walks across her little living room, and she's got her cane, and it's taking quite a while because I didn't think she could walk. So I asked her, "Can you walk, Grandma?" "Well, of course I can." So she gets up and she shows me with her little cane. She turns around and faces me, so proud of what she's just accomplished, and I go, "Okay, now hop."
That's super cute. Now do more.
Oh,
let's see the show.
Goodness. Out of the mouths of kids, I just love it.
They do I love it. Saying the best things, I swear to you.
So what's your gift?
Yeah, I like to know what people's gifts are too.
Yeah, I do too. What is your gift?
Maybe, and I will talk about one of your other gifts, especially going on when Carrie says she's not funny all the time. She's freaking hilarious. And the thing that makes her hilarious is that she says the things that most people wouldn't say. So, you know how we have dumb thoughts? All of us do. Don't pretend like you have smart thoughts all the time. We all have them. But a lot of us don't say them out loud afterwards to other people. Carrie does. And that's the best part. Like, I swear to you, I laugh so hard sometimes. And it's not laughing at you in those, because you're saying it out loud, that you were thinking it.
Okay.
But that to me is a gift, to be able to be that humble, to say it out loud when you do your dumb stuff. I mean, I do dumb things, like physical dumb things, but she thinks these amazing thoughts and then says them out loud. To me, that's a gift, I think. See, Robin thinks you're funny.
Aw, thanks, Robin. Oh my goodness. But I don't know. It's not too many times to get the laughter. You know, no stand-up comedian here. Let me tell you.
I don't know.
And here's the one thing in understanding. You got to protect your gift. Like, your gift is a gift to you, but you got to protect it. Don't let other people tell you what it is that you are good or not good at, because some people will try to take that away. And again, as we're seeing on some of these social media platforms, when humans do have the ability to be so mean. Now, I'm going to give you the other side too. I have seen some beautiful things
Yes.
that other humans have said and done to a lot of these posts as well. So I do have to say I prefer the beautiful pieces that are coming out, because you will never, ever, ever, write this down. You will never, ever, 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 ever change another human's mind. You can't do that. And that's not what we're supposed to do.
No. And even if you sow a seed, they still have to make the decision to think about it differently, right? Like,
that's our gift, to have our own thought and our own feel, and no one has to be mean about it.
No.
Even when you say what it is that you believe in, you don't have to be mean. Like, here's another example, which I don't know if I'll gain friends over this or not, but this is my opinion. So Carrie Fulmeck's opinion, okay? I'm not trying to say that this is the way it should be. It's my opinion. But I totally disagree with zoos. I have all my life, I have cried when I have gone to a zoo, and I have vowed I will never take my kids or my grandkid ever back to a zoo again. Why? Because I believe in freedom of the animal, and if a giraffe cannot live in hectares of land, the cruelty to giraffes and elephants and lions, it makes me so sad, because they're not able to be themselves. Okay, so this is my opinion. Now, you see, Carolyn doesn't agree with this opinion.
No, I think there are many beautiful things that zoos do for conservation programs and helping extinct animals and other such things. I don't like the...
Pandas should not be in an extinct zoo in Calgary, Alberta. They should live in their habitat.
Breathe through it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I agree that there are certain like paddocks and stuff like that you look at and you're like, there's no way that's feeling like home to those little animals. And there's different zoos and different qualities of zoos. Yeah. We went to that one safari place.
No, I do agree.
Right?
If it's designed in the habitat in which the animal is created, and no, I totally agree. But I get, my whole point to this thing was, you don't have to be mean about it. Like, I don't put Carolyn down when she goes to the zoo, because
she gets very upset.
I always get upset, but she ignores me.
I do. Well, I do exactly what I breathe through it, because I went to the zoo. What are you going to do? Like,
but
the kids loved it.
She's not going to change my opinion, and I'm not going to change hers, because we're each gifted with our own belief in what it is that we feel.
And our own brains, which is a great thing.
Bonus.
And we don't have to agree on that. There's aspects of it we both agree on, as we both showed, but there's aspects we don't, and that's okay. Exactamundo.
Yes. So again, just in understanding, you don't have to change a person's mind. I always think of a married couple as well. Think about this. All of us have done it. We, the person, believe that we can change the partner. How long does it take us to learn? We cannot change the partner.
I couldn't even get mine to bring his socks downstairs.
Right? Like, you have to start living with understanding who each human is as well. Don't try to change them. Don't sway their opinion, because they don't want their opinion swayed. Yeah. They don't, kind of like with you or with me. I don't want my opinion swayed either, if that's what I feel. But I do love the idea of opening up my brain to a different thought. Now, again, even with the zoo thing, Carolyn said, oh, we had a great time. You know, I'd say, okay, you got to tell me, what was the fun piece of going to the zoo? Because maybe her saying, well, we held snakes, or, you know, we got to hop with the bunnies. Like, maybe something like that would trigger my brain to think a little bit differently in how I'm just about the zoo, right?
The education portion of it.
Exactly.
There's always benefits, other things. And this doesn't mean that compromise doesn't exist.
No.
Just to put it out there. There are certain things like closing a kitchen cupboard. Those things, sometimes you have to compromise and just learn to do those things for the other person, right? That is a compromise. But you don't have to change somebody's ideals and beliefs. You can work with them and learn with them at the same token. The best thing, so I went to Catholic school growing up, and I went to Bishop Carroll High School, which is a Catholic high school. The coolest thing I ever got out of that school, because it didn't always go, wasn't the best choice for me. Because
wasn't that your own learning?
It was a work at your own pace.
Yeah,
which it just wasn't a good call. Live and learn.
I couldn't learn like that.
Yeah.
You have to tell me exactly what to study, or me no study.
I graduated in 3 years. So that's
That's
a win.
fabulous.
Yeah, but not many people did. So anyway, the best part about this school though was the fact that the religion class was a study of a ton of different religions. So in this Catholic school, you could go learn about Buddhism. You could learn, I mean, I read the book, the Satanic Verses, which isn't satanic. It's, again, talking about all different religions before anybody
Be careful,
hops on
Charles.
that. Yeah, just saying, like, you could go learn about all of these different religions. So it wasn't like you were just in your little pigeonhole. But it doesn't mean I'm switching my religion or my faith. It just meant that I was learning about what other people have faith in. And you know, it's so funny, across all of them, kindness and doing unto others as you would like done unto you was pretty standard across the board.
I like that.
Across the board in all religions that I studied in those pieces, because that's what it's all about. It's just treat other people like you want to be treated. And that could mean accepting that their ideas might be different than yours too.
That's a gift too. I know I've heard of lots of people who have the gift of listening. Oh, you are beautiful humans.
It's true. The
gift of listening, I think, is such a beautiful thing to give to humans, because what do we as humans want to be is heard. That's all, without interruption. We just want to talk sometimes. And some people, seriously, have that beautiful gift to just listen.
Or they feel like that open person.
Yeah, that we tell them stuff.
Yeah, there was somebody, was it Mike on here at one time, I think maybe, who said that people come up in grocery stores to them and just start talking and telling their feelings. And there's lots of people that I think, was it Mike? I think it was a guy.
I don't think so. But I don't know.
So Mike is the only one I think of. I know there's other men out there, but like they said that they would be in a grocery store and someone would come up and talk about their feelings, or just express to them what had happened that day. And what a beautiful gift that you even give off the vibe that you listen, right? I think that's phenomenal that people would even think to approach you with their deepest, darkest secrets. Probably not always best when you're in a rush, but
yeah,
still a nice gift to have.
It is. No, so many gifts. You have a gift. Make sure you're digging in, holding it, keeping it very precious to you, because it is yours and you are helping another human, whether you know it or not. You are helping somebody. And this is the thing on life, is you just never get to know who it is that you're helping.
It's true.
Unless you were blessed with what wonderful life, and you get to see what that world would have looked like if you weren't in it. And I don't believe that we're going to be able to do that. So this is why we got to do it now while we're here. Yeah.
Just recognizing your abilities to impact other people and how you want to have that impact be.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Not as profound as I was hoping. That last sentence. So yeah, if you guys want to share your gifts on here too, that's beautiful. But I think that it's just a good reminder for today. That's all about keeping the kindness and remembering we are all life changers.
We really are. Don't ever forget it. Well, you might forget it if you have a brain like me.
Yeah, with basically filters, not their sieves.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I think, for anybody else who's watching too that's on TikTok, we've joined the TikTok world. And we obviously don't talk this much for 40 minutes, but we've done some dances.
We've done some real fun things. TikTok has kind of been, and here's another great thing even for any of you out there to do, if you're kind of getting heavy burdened in your brain with all the other social media platforms out there. I'm just learning TikTok myself. Now, Carolyn has told me about it for at least 2 years.
I love TikTok.
I have not made myself go start watching these videos or TikToks, whatever you call them. But oh my gosh, I have to say it really is a change of how you think and feel on a social media platform. And you see fathers and sons coming together and dancing, or siblings, or partners, or I don't know. There's just
something about it. It feels so
special.
And for those of you who are on it and you're like, oh, all I see is negative stuff, that means you liked the wrong things. It's taking you down a different path. I don't get that stuff on mine, because all I've ever liked or followed is funny people.
And animals.
And animals. That's really it. Because I like to go on there and not think and just watch a cute cat, because that makes me happy for a moment. And
or a baby.
That does it. Or a baby. Or somebody that makes me laugh. So if you haven't gone on TikTok yet, make sure you're liking stuff that you actually want to see more of, because then it does kick up that algorithm. But we are at Equine Connection. That is our tag. And it's Carrie and I.
It is Carrie and I.
There it is.
And I like that. Just download the app. There it is right there.
Yeah.
And then just learn to press on it to see things. And you just move fast. Like seriously, I've had it for 2 years.
Just learn
And
to
I
press
just-
on it and see things.
I just didn't want to go and learn another social media
It's very easy.
platform, but now I get it, and you can go back and you can go forward and you can
Hit a
get rid of
heart.
all the yucky cockapoo-poos,
Yeah.
likey. But that was the reason why I didn't do TikTok either. I was so upset that you always had to put a love sign on it. Like there's sometimes I don't want to put a love. I just want to say I like that, but
love
it
it.
doesn't
I
let
only
me to
like
do
it.
that. So
Yeah.
I had to get over that piece too.
You either support it and love it,
Yeah, or you
or
don't.
you nothing it.
Yeah.
Those are your options. I suppose you could comment on things.
Oh,
Good
and-
morning, Lenore.
Yeah, and I didn't know where to do all the comment thing and how to share. I was confused in
Yeah.
TikTok world.
We're getting there. But
Yeah.
we'll be live on there later today too. So for anybody who wants to join and check us out on TikTok,
Yep.
come on out. But otherwise, I think, you know what, just take into account the gift that you have in this world and how you're choosing to share it. Because if you're locked up in your house and you're not sharing your gift, that's a shame too. So make sure that you are, in whatever way you can, sharing your gift with the world.
Or write a letter.
Yeah.
If you're stuck in your house, that's a great thing. Write some letters to people. It actually feels good releasing it from
It's true.
the inside. What I think of you. Like the nice letters.
Yeah. Like, we are not saying what I think of you. We are thinking what I think of you. Like the love
Exactly.
part.
The
Yes.
love part and
The
what your gift will
kindness.
do.
All right, everybody, have a fantastic week, and we'll see you not next week, but the week after, I think, for another live here on Facebook, and hopefully we'll see you guys on TikTok as well. But please type in, what's your gift? Because it's good to share just what we have, because maybe somebody else hasn't thought of their gift that way.
Absolutely. And remember this, we are life changers. You, us, all living beings, we are life changers.
Have a great one, everybody.